All right, our post-game show presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Look at the scene outside MSG. The Knicks are halfway home to a world title as they prevail over the Spurs. Jalen Brunson, Wembanyama, each had struggles at times, but Wembanyama and one. Spurs up too late. Jalen Brunson had a struggle, 6 for 23 before this key bucket here. Tied the game at 104 apiece. And then Wembanyama commits a turnover there on a bad pass. And with the Spurs down 1 and the game on the line, Wembanyama for the win, not there. And the Knicks win it, 105 to 104. Let's get right out to San Antonio. Our BritBox player interview, BritBox stream, the best of British TV. Mikal Bridges joins us, had a huge game with 20 points. Alan, take it away.
And Mikal, what was it like? Just the attitude of this team in a game that you knew the Spurs were going to come out and try to throw some punches. What does it say about how your team handled that? He's not hearing us.
Obviously, some technical problems there with Mikal Bridges, but the Knicks were up 14 guys with about 6 minutes to go.
Yeah. But let's just go right to what I was just talking about. These guys can talk about it, I think, because that's what this felt like. This was the Spurs desperate, throwing punches in this game, almost literally at times. Yeah. The Knicks' grit, experience was the answer, was it not?
It was just, I mean, what a basketball game, honestly. The physicality's through the roof. Richard Jefferson nailed it. There should have been a foul called on every single play. Jalen Brunson struggling mightily. I mean, missing layups, missing a wide-open three in the fourth quarter. This is how much is on the line in the NBA Finals. Yeah. I mean, this is how hard these guys are playing on defense. And when you play that hard on defense, you're not the same player on offense. You don't do the same things that you're used to doing. You just have to will yourself to victories. And the Knicks willed themselves to a victory. They blew a 14-point lead with 6 minutes to go, but they did not let that faze them. They found a way to still put the pressure on the Spurs. They made a crucial mistake with that turnover, and what a win. Because if you don't get this win, this series becomes a coin flip. It becomes very hairy. But now you get the first two, you are big time in the driver's seat.
The Knicks have won 13 straight playoff games. That's like 2 off the all-time record set by the Warriors. 13 straight, Steve.
Well, and it's 13 straight, but it's also the last 2. Let's talk about the last 2. The underdog team on the road, finding ways to win games where I think it becomes, at the end of a game like this, it's chaos. It's the whistle's blowing, the whistle's not blowing. You're going against a 7'4" guy with an 8-foot wingspan. Like you said, this is supposed to be difficult.
Yeah.
And this has been finally a game where the Knicks have not won by 10 or more points for the first time in the last 7 road games. This was the first time they got tested, and it's a big and piece of it. And they found a way to win.
Yep. By
1 point, by playing defense and getting that final rebound. This is a team that finds a way, even though they haven't had to the whole playoff so far. Wow, this was finals basketball. This is what it's supposed to look like.
They didn't get their best from their best player, Jalen Brunson, and were still able to prevail. Mikal Bridges now, our BritBox player interview. Let's see what he has to say in San Antonio.
Mikal, to walk me through the final moments of today's game.
Just fight, man. A lot of integrity, a lot of just poise, staying together. We're going to fight to the end. They made a run. They're a really good team, but we're going to fight to the end.
The level of intensity tonight was off the charts. Describe what it was like playing in it.
It's great, man. It's great. I just wish we had a better fourth quarter, but they're a really good team. They pushed it, but we got to be better.
You were dominant on both ends of the floor, coming up with big stops, big shots. Talk about your performance tonight.
My teammates, man. My teammates, coaches gave me confidence. But I had a bad fourth. I got to be better. I got to play hard all throughout the fourth quarter. Even when I'm tired, I got to keep going. I can't have a fourth quarter like that.
Up 2-0 going back to the Garden. What's the mindset?
0-0. Stay desperate all times. Come on.
Mikal Bridges had 11 in the second quarter when the Knicks were able to bounce back after a sluggish first quarter. We mentioned 13 straight wins in the postseason now for the Knicks, 2 off the all-time mark set by the Warriors back in 2017. All right, Alan, let's take everyone through this fourth quarter. Again, Knicks up 14 with 6 minutes to go. Rarely do we see the other team make inroads like we saw the Spurs make inroads, but the Knicks were able to prevail.
And it was all just extra effort and hustle. And this lineup, Wally called it the dogs. Mike Brown put some dogs out on the court. The Knicks were able to build up a big lead. But the Spurs kept pushing back because they had to be desperate, and you needed big shots like Landry Shamet made big shots in this game. And then, of course, defense has always been at the heart of their success in the playoffs. We talk so much about their offense, but it's been defense. And, guys, Jalen Brunson made some big shots, of course, there. But it's just the extra effort stuff we saw from the Knicks. Never say die.
And I will tell you what, when you have a leader like Jalen Brunson, who has been there, who has made shots late. Look at OG, able to finish so strong when he gets down there.
That made it a 14-point lead.
Yep. But when Jalen Brunson isn't making shots, and you just talked about this, and they still find a way to win. You see the look in Mikal Bridges' eyes on that interview. You see there's something happening here, and you got to give San Antonio credit. They made some big shots. They made a push.
That tied it.
And that tied it right there.
And this is game on now. And now it's like, who's going to make the next possession? Knicks were up 1 at that point, but then Wembanyama
Watch this here, little slip, right?
That was huge. Just finding a way to just steal points because they couldn't score against the set defense. There's the and one.
Spurs go up by two. After the free throw. Right now.
But then Jalen Brunson, what a big shot here.
Does
loves that chip.
matter what happened before this, right?
Yep, and this is the turnover.
How about
crazy turnover. And even more crazy is that Jalen misses one of the free throws.
Yeah.
So this is a shot, the perfect shot to win the game.
Contest.
And Wemby misses it. You can't ask for a better look if you're San Antonio. A mid-range 18-footer. Yes, it was well contested, but no one's bothering his shot with his length and his size. That is just the Knicks escaping with a massive victory, coming home up 2-0 to the world's most famous arena.
Wow. Let's take a look at the numbers. Again, guys, the Spurs just not shooting well enough, right? 11 out of 29 is not going to get it done from downtown. You see the rest of the numbers. It seemed like they could have called a foul on every single play. You see the numbers.
They were more in the. I'm sorry, Bill. They were more in the paint. They took way less threes in this game. They really were focused on getting into the paint and attacking the Knicks defense. The Knicks are going to play physical. They're going to get fouls called on them because they're going to reach at your dribble. They're going to be physical, and so the Spurs had to play through it. There's going to be some conversation about how physical the Spurs were allowed to be against Jalen Brunson.
100%.
There were some things happening in the backcourt that all of us were saying, all right, at some point.
It was called differently.
There's physical, and then there's too much.
Brunson just got destroyed.
He got destroyed. The last possession, there were 3 fouls they could have called on that last possession.
On any given night, every single one of those could have been a foul. But again, this is the finals, and you do expect there to be some unexpected chaos.
Here, watch this.
And I think the fact that they still put the ball in Jalen's hands, of course you would, and he's going to make big shots, and he's going to be that guy. But yes, this was not his finest game, and I do think some of it was 100% the way the game was called.
Yeah, he was disturbed. He was rushed a little bit. Obviously, Wembanyama being out on the floor really bothers him. He's got to have a feel of, like, the shots that he normally gets around the paint.
I love this
in the basket. That's huge. That's not an easy shot, just crafty.
See, to me, guys, he's 6 for 23 right there with the game.
Yeah.
They're down, and he's able to tie it. That's the essence, to me, of Jalen Brunson.
And they went away from him the possession before. They brought him off the ball. They gave the ball to Mikal Bridges, asked him to try to make a play, make a shot. He turned the ball over, led to an easy bucket in transition, led to the and one, actually, that put the Spurs up 2. So then they were like, okay, we're going to go back with Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson delivered the rest of the way. So that's just an awesome win. It really is. The emotions that we were feeling in here, guys, like it was like this. It was like the Pidto roller coaster was going up.
I was the calm one in here.
You were absolutely the calm one. Because the magnitude of getting that win, that is huge.
Well, let's go back to the...
You stole 2 games on their home floor when they were getting every call. The Knicks didn't go to the free throw line but like 3 times in the whole second half. They were getting hammered all over the place. That is a huge win now coming back to Madison Square Garden.
Huge. That you remember. All right, so this is the 3rd time now a home team in the NBA Finals has lost the first 2 games. The previous 2 times, those teams lost the series. So we have not seen a team come back from something like this. It is a very desperate thing now for the Spurs to go to Madison Square Garden on a Monday. This game, this city outside this building right now is mayhem. The fans have been excited about this game from 5 o'clock until now, and the party's just getting started. Can you imagine the energy around this building and inside that building? Game 3, the first NBA Finals game at Madison Square Garden since 1999, and the Knicks are up 2-0.
That's crazy.
That's Monday night.
Yes.
And here was the scene with the Knicks on the road outside MSG, watching the final sequences of what turned out to be a dramatic Knicks win by 1 point. They now lead the finals 2-0. A dramatic Game 2 win for the Knicks. Halfway home to the NBA title. That's a scene outside MSG and Plaza 33 rocking when the game went final. Now let's join Alex Monaco, his fan interview presented by Corona.
Bill, you can't make it up again. It's absolute bedlam. Shout out, Breed. Pidto, you just won another one. How you? Let's go, Knicks. Knicks in 4, baby. Let's go. Man, they just won the last play. How you feeling? We got legends moving in that building. Let's go, Knicks. 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 It's a party all Friday night long. Bill, back to you.
Alex has a weekend to recoup.
His voice ain't coming back.
He has till Monday. Fire it up again. Key sequence here, guys. Second quarter. Knicks outplayed in the first quarter, but they outplayed the Spurs in the second quarter, outscoring San Antonio 31-18. And in that second quarter, Mikal Bridges scored 11 of his 20. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Untuckit.com. He is our Untuck It power player, and he was especially good, Steve, in the second quarter.
He was so good in the second quarter. And look, we've talked about Jalen Brunson and the physicality that San Antonio played with defensively. But when you have a team like this, you've got to have guys step up. Mikal Bridges stepped up 11-point second quarter. Big time to be making shots, especially to be just keeping the lead where it was. And yes, other guys weren't as hot as he was at that time. He was hard on himself in the fourth quarter and said, I've got to be better in that fourth quarter. I can't have a fourth quarter like that. But guess what? This is a team. And you don't have to be perfect every single quarter. He was big time in that second quarter, and it meant a lot.
The emotions on his face in that interview, that's what it's like playing in a just massive NBA Finals game. The pressure on those guys in those moments, like you could see his eyes, like it just drains you, not only physically, but mentally. I mean, you are completely cooked when you walk off a basketball floor after a game like that. I mean, the guy just absolutely poured his heart out, and I can't imagine what the emotions are like in that San Antonio locker room to lose a game like that. Although the Knicks' emotions were like this because they had the game, then they gave it away, and then they got it back. I mean, that was just a phenomenal effort by him. I'll tell you, the way those guys, Hart and Brunson and Bridges, they just find a way to win.
Shout out Jay Wright.
Yep.
All right, let us bring in Monica McNutt. As always, she helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. Monica, how you holding up about now in San Antonio?
Pidto, wait a minute. You see my camera? I got to capture the moment. I want to show y'all something. Look at this. Look at this place. Look at this place.
Are you in New York or San Antonio?
Look at these folks, y'all. I really can't hear you, so I'm going to turn back around now. But these fans are incredible. Like, they're still all in this lower bowl. Every time a player comes out for an interview, there's a chant that erupts. Guys, I mean, the last 90 seconds of that ball game, first of all, the heads-up play by Jalen Brunson after missing that free throw, the two defensive stands by the defensive squad highlighting Mitchell Robinson, they continue, as Jalen Brunson has coined, to find a way, and it has looked different through this playoffs, but even in tight games. I don't want to hear nothing about blowing teams out to get here because they've shown up in tight games.
Monica, I'm not sure you can hear us. It sounds like you're at the watch party across the street, but we know you're in San Antonio. It really is amazing how Knicks fans travel. I'm using a phrase with this team, though, as we've seen throughout this run, especially a team like the Spurs, through everything they had at them. It's hard to kill. You really have to bury the Knicks. And if you give them, if you have even a slight ability to win a game, they will. And they seem to prove that tonight with every play they seem to make down the stretch. What was the biggest play that you saw in those last 90 seconds you're talking about?
All right, that was an Alan Hahn question. It was a long preamble, but I think you said the biggest play down the stretch. I'm going to go with that.
Go with it.
And I think, guys, I got to say, Pat O'Keefe on our pregame show actually asked what was more impressive, right? The run that got this team to the lead or their recovery after the fact, Hahn? And I gotta say, the recovery after the fact, because listen, to some degree, the old Knicks squad showed up a bit. They fell in love with that three-point line, trying to get home run plays, and they shot 3 of 11 from 3 in that fourth quarter. And so in that last 90 seconds, when things got tight, and they looked at one another in that huddle, they supported one another, I'm so impressed with how they continue to find different ways to show up and prove that they truly have championship mettle.
Monica, Steve Novak here. I promise not to be as long-winded as our good friend Alan Hahn. You look like you're having an incredible time in San Antonio. I do have a question for you, though. This streak is now at 13 straight playoff wins. I know you think I'm lying. That's a real thing. 13 straight playoff wins. This team seems to be able to reset their hunger and desperation after every game and find a way to get another win. After these 2 games in San Antonio, how do they, again, draw from? What do they draw from? All right, I'm being long-winded, Alan. Give me a second. Where do they draw their focus coming back to New York after these last 2 games?
That was longer than Hahn's point.
Yeah, unfortunately, Novak, you were as long-winded as Hahn. But anyway, they draw their focus. I think it's internal, Novak. Like, I think the focus that this team continues to draw is internal. Again, guys, I keep thinking back to October, right? And the experience of last season for this group and how they came into this season unsatisfied and understanding what the goal was. Like, I think that's a great question, Novak, but where did they draw information when they was running teams off the floor in 4 series sweeps, right? They look at one another, they decide that they want to be great and continue to raise their level, and they've done an outstanding job doing that. I'm really excited to see how this goes when we get back to Madison Square Garden.
Monica, I'm going to keep mine quick. Did you think Victor Wembanyama's shot was going in and then spin around and show us those fans again?
Oh, man. All right, so first thing, Wally, I couldn't really see from my angle, but I knew Mitchell Robinson was right here with it. Like, I knew he was right there, so I thought we had a good chance of getting the defensive stop, and as importantly, coming up with that rebound. I think I might have just hung up on you guys, but I'm just so impressed with this group. All right, one time for the road. How we feeling, Knicks fans? Let's get on home, y'all. Let's come on home.
All right, Monica.
Wait, one more.
No. Timeout. We got a timeout. We're going to break.
Put them in the penalty box.
Yes, both these guys. 5 minutes.
That's my fault.
5 minutes is delay of show.
Delay of game.
I know. I even said I was going to keep it tight.
Just getting started here. Mike Brown, his post-game comments are coming up. Knicks pull it out down the stretch. They're now up 2 games to none. We're going to hear from the Knicks coach right after this.
The art of the conversation.
Top of the key with 5. Wembanyama screen on the left with 3. Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive. An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes 2 in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
Tyler Murray, the call on ESPN New York. That was the scene. Plaza 33 as the Knicks hang on to beat the Spurs by 1. Mike Brown's team now up 2 games to none. His post-game news conference, as always, presented by Chase.
What a ball game. This is a fantastic ball game. They made a run, we made a run, they made a run, we made a run. So there was a lot of back and forth throughout the course of the game. Obviously, they made their run towards the end, and you know we could have folded a few times. But our guys just kept fighting. They kept fighting. And the one thing I told them that, you know, you work on connectivity throughout the course of the year for moments like these. And no matter what run they went on, no matter at what time of the game, our guys just kept uplifting one another. Not just the guys on the floor, but the guys on the bench. They just kept uplifting one another throughout the course of San Antonio's runs. So that connectivity that we started with, had during the season, and continue to have now, paid huge dividends for our group. But I wouldn't be right if I did not talk about Mitch. Wemby is, I said it before, he's iconic. There's nobody like him. He could score from all three levels. He wants the ball. And 2 big possessions at the end of the game, we put Mitch on him. And what I'm proud about more than anything else is Mitch defended him the right way. Wemby's iconic. If he makes a shot, he makes a shot. You're not blocking a shot. But you make him work, you lead with your chest, you show your hands, and you embrace those details while trying to guard him and then box out. It started with Mitch, and it ended with the other 4 guys boxing out. So just a heck of a job by Mitch guarding the most iconic player in the world on 2 possessions to possibly win the game. Phenomenal.
Christian, first question here.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News. I mean, we've talked about resilience all year.
Yeah.
What's it like as a coach with the seat that you had right there courtside to watch your team fight time after time, run after run, as you mentioned, and come out with a victory like this?
It's an amazing feeling as a coach to know how mentally tough your team is, no matter what the situation is in front of them. To see them continue to fight and fight and fight and fight, no matter what the score is, no matter how much time's on the clock, it's just a fantastic feeling. And I'm telling you, man, the NBA is tough. You don't experience what I'm experiencing with this group a ton. And it is a freaking joy to be around.
Fred.
Mike, you mentioned.
Yes.
Mike, you mentioned Mitch. Where do you think his composure and his discipline come from to be able to guard Wemby in the way that he does in those moments?
So I'm a huge fan of country music. So I think when he listens to country music, he gets the chill vibes, because I know I do. So I'm sure that's where he got it from. You know what? I don't know. It's just how he's built, man. He doesn't seem like he ever gets too high. Doesn't seem like he ever gets too low. We play him for 30 seconds and pull him out. We play him for 7 minutes and pull him out, and he's the same all the time. I don't know how much he played in the fourth quarter or even the whole game, but we threw him out there. He got a stop. We sat him down. We threw him out there again, and he was the same. He just went and did his job. But that country music probably has something to do with it.
Hey, Mike, the challenge you made, I mean, that was a pivotal play. I mean, can you take me through kind of what made you challenge it? It looked like you tried to bring in some subs to let Jordan make the decision. Like, what was going on there?
Yeah, Jordan Brink, he's been a master at this. And I've said it before, man. I got great assistants, even the guys sitting behind the bench, my young guys. I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared to death that one of these teams are gonna poach them, poach my guys. I'm surprised nobody's come at Chris Gent for a head job yet. The guy's won Summer League as a coach. He's a lead assistant here. I can go down the line talking about all my guys, but Jordan's fantastic. He's been doing this now 2 years in a row. I rely totally on him. Every once in a while, I lose my mind, get emotional and try to stick it to the refs, even though I like all of them. That never works, and so I try like heck to follow Jordan's lead, and it was 100% his call.
Straight ahead, Vince, third row.
Goodwill, ESPN. 2 games Karl Towns has played as complete a basketball games, I think, as you've seen him play probably this season. What has your journey with him been like from the start of the season to now, embracing his role, embracing the small details to maybe a full maturation at this point?
It's supposed to be like it is, like it was. He's a great player. I come in with a plan. Maybe the plan doesn't work. Who adjusts, him or me? Me. I adjust. The adjustment's not enough. Every once in a while, we're not on the same page. We talk about it. I adjust again. A little bit better. He's feeling good. We talk about it. Maybe we take a couple of steps backwards because what I did, he doesn't like, which is fine. It's my job as a coach to fit whatever scheme work we have on both sides of the floor to all of our players. And if you're a great player, I got to make a little bit more adjustments, or I got to give a little bit more than you do. And we finally got to a point where he was comfortable, I was comfortable, Jalen was comfortable, OG was comfortable, Mikal was comfortable. And to me, that's what the regular season's about. The regular season is about finding your way so you can get prepared for this time of the year. And there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. And I hope there's adversity. I hope like hell there's adversity, because we have to see if we're strong enough when it comes to being connected to see if we can get through it during the regular season. So when we get here, anything we run into, we've already conquered during the regular season. We'll know how to handle it.
James here on the left.
Mike, those of us that have been with you all season know how you feel about Landry, and I know you've talked about him ad nauseum, but this guy, I think 6 of his last 8 games, double-digit scoring, the defense. This guy started on a non-guaranteed deal. For him to be playing moments like this, I know it's something that you thought he could contribute to this team, but for him to come through in this kind of stoic way for this group at this time, what does that say about him and also your belief in him?
In my opinion, I don't know. For the first time, when I was trying to get the job, it's the first time that I watched him closely, because I was watching the Knicks, when I was doing my homework. And to me, what it says is, he probably, not just here, I'm talking about his whole career, because he's been a journeyman. Again, I wasn't with him the whole time, but he probably deserved more of an opportunity, because what he does out on the floor on both ends is very, very, very hard to find in this league, especially at his size, with his mental toughness and his physical toughness. And, we gave him an opportunity and showed him we loved him. He embraced it, and he's ran with it. And we have complete confidence in him.
Steve?
Steve Popper from Newsday over here. You've talked a lot about, sometimes you'll list down the accomplishments of everybody.
I'm sorry, Steve. I talked a lot about what?
Sometimes you'll talk about the accomplishments of one guy after another. But today it seemed like foul trouble. It just seemed like one guy after another did step up.
Yeah.
Pat Early, Mikal.
Yeah.
Just seemed like there was always somebody who stepped in. Could you talk about that, just how it just seems like somebody's always there for you?
You're 100% correct. Somebody is always there. Mitch defensively at the end of the ball game. Mikal, during a stretch of the ball game, was huge for us on both ends of the floor. You're not stopping a guy like De'Aaron Fox. You just got to try to make him work. We put Mikal on Foxy for a little bit, especially in the second half, and he made him work. But what he did for us offensively when we were struggling, and then when we took Jalen out, was huge. He made big play after big play after big play. Landry hit a couple of shots. Deuce came off the bench late and hit a big 3 for us. OG was huge on his drives. Again, a lot of contributions from a lot of guys, and that's why you like having a team, because it could be anybody's night on any given night. Our guys don't care. They sacrifice for one another, and we found a way to get a win.
We'll take last two. Dan and Valencia. Dan in the back right.
Yeah, Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports in the back here, Coach. You take that 14-point lead. The Spurs come back. I think it was 21-5 that run. You have to burn a couple of timeouts. So what's the message in those moments as you're talking to the guys, trying to get them collected as San Antonio makes that push?
Stay composed. We have to keep touching the paint, trying to spray it if Wemby comes. If you're open, let it fly. Take care of the basketball, but more importantly, we have to get back. We didn't do a great job in transition during that time. They really got the ball out and attacked us in transition, so we have to do a better job. And we have to do part of that is trying to keep them out of the paint. So I kept trying to tell our guys, we got to shift better. We got to confront the ball higher. We have to get back sooner, and then we got to end it with a box out, and then we need to run. And we need to touch the paint, and if Wemby comes, just spray it.
Last question here on the left.
Valencia King with Real Talk Sports. Mike, you mentioned that connectivity that this team has, right? And I know every team is different, every season is different, but how has this group in particular stretched you to evolve as a coach? How has this group, how has this team stretched you to continue to evolve as a coach? How have they pushed you?
they push me in a lot of different ways, not just the players, but my staff too. You know, my door's always open, and I don't care whose idea it is that brings me an idea. You know, I want to know. It's my decision at the end of the day to say yes or no for the group. And none of my coaches and none of my players are afraid to walk into my offices and say, hey, do this. But in the same breath, if I say, hey, do that, they're also not afraid to say, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I hear what you're saying, but think about this, think about that. I don't think it's the best. You know, like I said in game one, I'm yelling at the refs, and I'm wasting my energy doing that. And they were doing a fantastic job, but I'm losing my mind. And Rick tells me to be quiet. Well, okay, Rick, you know what, you're right. I got to be quiet. That's happened not just in the last game and not just with Rick, but with players as well and other coaches. And so the connectivity that we all have, the trust that we all have, but more importantly, the fact that none of them are afraid to come look me in my eye and tell me what I need to do better by holding me accountable is huge.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
That is one happy coach, collaboration, and contributions from everyone. Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the NBA Finals, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports App. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. Cat, 21 points, dominant in the first half with 17, and sharing everybody's emotions after the Knicks' one-point win to go up 2-0. We're back for big plays presented by Four Leaf Credit Union. Wally Cat, 21 points, 17 in the first half. Dominated Wemby in the first half. Only got off one shot in the fourth quarter, but still an amazing performance by him yet again. Also 13 rebounds.
8 for 12, and the biggest play of the game was when he kept the ball alive in the fourth quarter. Last 3 minutes, got an extra possession for the Knicks, which led to that Jalen Brunson layup. Karl Anthony Towns is bringing his best basketball of his career to these NBA Finals. Both ends of the floor, complete professionalism, doing it on the defensive end, going up against what Coach Brown is calling an iconic Victor Wembanyama and playing him to a standstill and probably outplaying him in the first 2 games.
It really is impressive to see that there are guys taking turns. It's not somebody the whole night. It was Cat when it was important earlier in the game. Mikal Bridges as well. It's a group effort right now.
Knicks win it by 1. They're up 2-0. Back with more after this.
Entry pass to Towns, covered by Fox. It was tipped. Towns caught it. Triple team. Kick out Bridges. Near corner. Hits a 3. Karl Anthony Towns found him wide open. It's a 3-point game.
Tyler Murray, the call on ESPN New York. Time now for Energizing Plays presented by C4 Energy. The energy, Steve, was back and forth all game long, and the physicality had a lot to do with creating that energy.
You know, it really did, and I think you just know that this team is built to win right now. And so I think you seeing the way that they played, the physicality that they brought, the energy that they played with, it just shows their mindset. And they've started every game this way. It's why they're on a 13-game win streak. You can't win at a high level at this stage in the season unless you're bringing it every game. They're self-starters.
Yeah, they sure are. That's why having this 2-0 lead, this team, you would think they would relax a little bit, but they will not. We've learned that about these guys. Yeah. We saw Mikal Bridges. We've seen Karl Anthony Towns say the same thing. Jalen Brunson and this coaching staff will not let them relax. That's very important because this is a very good team you're playing. And this first game, this game, could have gone either way down the stretch. The Knicks were very fortunate to pull it out. Now they have a 2-0 lead, and they have to show San Antonio that there's no shot that they're pulling one off here at the Garden.
You got to sense the blood in the water now, right? You got to sense it. And the energy in the building on Monday night, Madison Square Garden, is going to be off the charts. So you got to be able to ride that and manage that as well. But you've got to smell the blood in the water right now.
So Victor Wembanyama took only 4 shots in the first half, but did score 22 of his 29 in the second half, but committed a key turnover down the stretch and missed a potential game winner. Knicks able to hold on a win, 105-104. Tonight's thrilling moment brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. One of the key sequences with Mikal Bridges, the only starter in this group, and Mitchell Robinson coming through with a slam dunk, Allen.
Yeah, and this is a tough catch. Remember, he did break the pinky, or at least the 5th metacarpal, right, on the hand, but That's an incredible catch and finish. He had big minutes. You heard Mike Brown raving about his impact against Wembanyama. And boy, look at the next 2 games and where they are. Next week,
Monday is going to be bonsai.
Bring them home.
Let's go.
Bring them home.
We're on
Let's
with a
go.
hour-long pregame show, as always, at 7:30, and our extensive postgame coverage follows each game the Knicks play. Here's Victor Wembanyama after tonight's game 2.
I'm still very blurry, and that's the whole problem. You know, I need to have more poise, more control over the game. I'm not going to go through the whole possessions, but that's the general image.
Vic, in terms of being blurry, was that limited to the last 3 possessions, or did you get the start you wanted to? How did you feel?
Sorry, can you repeat?
In terms of being blurry, you said things were blurry. Was that just the last 3 possessions, or was that sort of the issue all night?
I would say the last 3 possessions. I think we need to put ourselves in better conditions. We're digging ourselves a hole. That's been the theme so far.
Victor, I'm just curious, through 2 games, what your impressions are of your matchup with Cat. I know he's a lot different of a center than you guys have played this playoffs.
What I think of it? It's very different from the previous series. It's bringing us into difficult areas because they're good players. He's a good player. So yeah, we just need to figure it out. We need to keep working on it. How many points this court tonight? 105 is. We can do a little bit better. We can do better defensively.
5th row on the left, Ben.
Victor, on the last shot specifically, did you guys get what you were looking for coming out on that play? How did the execution go? Did you like the shot you got?
Yeah, of course I like the shot, but I feel like in this moment you need to shoot to score. And in moments like this, it's like results matter more than process. If you know what I mean, we just need to score. I need to score. That's the whole point.
3rd row on the left.
Victor, Tim Reynolds from the AP. A week ago, you guys win Game 7 in OKC, and you have to come down from a real high. Now you've got to dig out of a real low. How much of a challenge do you anticipate that being as you get ready for Monday?
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah, we need to never get too high, never get too low. Personally, I think I could have been better in recovering from the high of the conference finals. But I mean, here we are. We can't change the past now. We have to. We're already focused on Game 3.
2nd row in the middle.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. When that pass to Steph at the end left your hands, just what did you think, and how frustrating was it that after everything you guys did right at the end that happened?
That's the most frustrating thing, you know, to throw it away after putting in all this work. And what did I think? I mean, urgency at this point is like body reacts quicker than mine.
1st row in the middle.
Vic, saw you clapping like a bunch as you went into the tunnel there. Can you talk me through your emotions as you're coming off the floor after that huge comeback and the way the game ended?
Lots of emotions of every type. I mean, not every type, only the negative type. But yeah. I threw that one away. I messed up. We didn't play great as a team. We needed to win that game. This game was ours. But at this point, it's done. It's, yes, am I going to regret it? Yes, of course. Am I going to use that to fuel me and to fuel us next game? Absolutely.
Very thoughtful, very well spoken, also frustrated. His Spurs down 2 games to none. Knicks win it by 1. We are back for tonight's Lime Drop, Dime Drop, presented by Corona. Knicks tonight, guys. Steve, 29 assists.
It's a big deal because at this stage in the finals, you got to make the right play. You got to find the open man. The defenses are good. They know what you're trying to do. But if you're unpredictable, if you're willing to keep those eyes up and make plays and passes like this, you can be really dangerous, and everybody can eat. Guys coming off the bench making shots and willing passers in your best players, it really is contagious.
19 fast break points will also lead to some assists, right? Because you're going to bring the ball up the floor, move the ball up the floor. But you don't shoot the ball well, and you still have a high assist night. That says a lot. And how about this number here? Should we explain, Bill, why the Knicks would have the most wins in a playoff year and they haven't won a championship yet?
Well, the note at the bottom is
makes
important.
it pretty clear.
Became,
2003, right.
Best of 7 series in 03 is when they became a best of 7. The 70 and 73 teams played 3 rounds. In the locker room we go. Let's begin with Josh Hart.
Josh, can you describe the level of physicality and the intensity that this game had tonight?
Yeah, obviously for me, too much physicality, but you know that's kind of what you expect. You know, for a team obviously in the finals, you know they just had a lost game once. So you knew they were going to come out with physicality and a sense of urgency, a sense of desperation. So I feel like we did a pretty good job, you know, in that regard. But we can be better.
How good does it feel to go back home up 2-0 in the series?
It's 0-0 at this point, as far as we're concerned. You know, being up 2-0 means really nothing. This team's going to come out on Monday with an unbelievable amount of energy and desperation, and we got to be better.
Josh, what about the performance from Mikel on both ends of the floor tonight?
No, that's, I mean, you can't say enough about him. I'm not surprised about it. I don't think anyone else is surprised or should be surprised. That's what he does. He's a winning basketball player. He makes, you know, big-time shots, big-time stops. He takes a challenge, and, you know, he's a hell of a basketball player.
Josh, is there a thing as playing his best basketball, especially through these first 2 games? What have you been seeing from him?
He's being smart. He's letting the game come to him. He's not forcing anything. He's reading the game very well. He's been great defensively. He's doing everything it takes to put us in the best position to be successful.
Is there a thing as silencing the enemy arena in a place where it's full of Knicks fans that are screaming all the time? How does it feel to be here with all this support?
Yeah. You know, obviously this is a great environment. You know, they come out and they support their team, and you know, no one in the league, no one fans in the league travel, you know, as well as the Knicks. So shout out to our fans for coming out and supporting. It was an amazing atmosphere. Now, you know, we need them to come out and support and you know, have the Garden going crazy.
Knicks able to celebrate even though Hart didn't score a point, but the Knicks are halfway home to their first title since '73 as they beat the Spurs by 1. We continue now from the corner 3 presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Knicks, what a win over the Spurs by 1 point.
Unbelievable.
I mentioned Josh Hart doesn't score. Jalen Brunson hits a big shot, but not really his night. Goes
Really
7-25.
struggled. I mean, Jalen will tell you from his mouth, my teammates picked me up.
Right, and talking...
Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns, those guys lifted me up when I missed a ton of shots that I normally make, even in the fourth quarter. But that is why this team just finds a way.
And how about that group at the end of the third quarter, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, indicative of this team when Mikal Bridges, Allen's the only starter on the court, and the Knicks close out the quarter and start the fourth quarter really well.
So Wally said when we saw this lineup, it's Jose Alvarado, it was Deuce McBride, it was Bridges, you mentioned, Landry Shamet, and Mitchell Robinson. And Wally's first reaction is, he just put a bunch of dogs out there and had to close the quarter. And what did the Knicks do to close the quarter? They closed it strong. They had a 9-point lead.
8-3.
8-3. It was really 8-1. They scored late.
Right.
Wemby got a late bucket. But, yeah, 8-1, they outscored them. Before that, they took a 9-point lead into the fourth quarter.
And I thought to myself, Mike Brown is just saying, like, who's going to score when you look at that lineup? Who's going to create? And Bridges ended up making the shots and big mid-range shots. They didn't hit threes. They hit mid-range shots. They got the alley-oop to Mitch. But I think he was banking on that lineup just getting stops. And they did. That defensive lineup, they would not allow the Spurs to score.
Dogs.
So you're getting help from everybody. I mean, and that, it's a personification of a team. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson, you made your contribution. Knicks win it by 1. The recent Thank You NYPD concert held at Madison Square Garden will become an annual celebration to recognize the New York City Police Department. A check for $500,000 was presented to the New York City Police Foundation to innovate and enhance the quality of NYPD services, build bridges with the community, and make our city a safer place to live, work, and visit. To learn more about the Thank You NYPD initiative launched by MSG Entertainment, visit msg.com/NYPD. All right, we touched on this bench. Landry Shamet again in double figures, guys, with 13 points. Mitchell Robinson, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Deuce had a contribution as well. Same with Jose Alvarado. Knicks, in fact, their bench outscored the Spurs bench 27-19. Let's start our post-game reaction.
Can you talk about that last stretch where you were guarding Wemby and those two contests in particular? What was going through your mind, and just walk us through that situation?
So I know we needed stops, and I had picked up a few fouls on them, like I think 3, like early in. So in my mind, I was just like defend without fouling. So that was kind of like how it went. Just great contest, and just kind of how it went.
Valencia right here in third row on your left.
Real Talk Sports, Valencia King. There's always talk about how the NBA is a brotherhood. Can you describe what it's been like to go out and battle night after night with this group of guys?
It's been amazing. All year round, it's just been phenomenal. Having them around, talking to them, stuff like that. And then to get to where we are right now, it's truly amazing.
Next question. Please raise your hand. We got the microphones. Steve, right here on 2 in this corner. Right behind you.
Come on, Steve.
Hey, Mitch. Steve Popper from Newsday.
I know you.
For you, with the questions of the surgery and stuff, 8 years waiting to have a moment like that. Can you grasp that right now? Just what that means to you to have a game-saving play like that?
It was crazy. Like you just said, been here for 8 years, and now here we are in the finals. I can truly say I haven't seen it all. It's wild.
Next question, Tina. Tina's all the way in the back.
What's up, dog?
Mitch back here. Hi, Tina from Fox 5 New York. Mitch, Coach Brown was saying that you get your calm demeanor from listening to country music because you were getting fouled earlier in the game. You play with a certain demeanor. Can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Yeah, I love my country music. That's all I listen to. Dealing with these guys, they all, they don't listen to it. So that's why, got my headphones now. So maybe if they listen to it too, they'll understand. But they silly.
First off, all glory to God. It's just a amazing feeling to be able to come down here and get these 2 wins. The intensity, game 1 was high. This last game, it was out the roof. Guys showed up and played their hearts out.
Can you talk about what it took to get those stops at the end?
Yeah, Mitch Robinson. I know it's a team sport, but Mitch Robinson to be able to come in and get those big stops, it's amazing.
To survive a game like this in this fashion, what does it say about your ball club?
We're relentless. It can be anybody's night, and we just want to do it together as a team. Honestly, we don't think about individual. We want team success, and that's what we're doing.
How does it give you guys even more confidence that you can win a game any kind of way?
Yeah, that's how we felt no matter what. The guys in the locker room, we love each other. We're always fighting for each other, and we believe in each other, and that's the most important thing. So it doesn't matter how the game's going. We know at the end we can pull it off.
Does this feel like a grind, this ball game?
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows throughout a game, and you just have to stay solid. You have to figure out, ways to just stay calm in those high-pressure moments. We had guys that just have done this before and are going to continue to do it.
What do you expect the guard?
His game and not shooting the basketball, but when it was time to take the big shot, he certainly did. What does it mean for you guys to have a guy like that out playing?
Yeah, it's what he's done for us consistently since he's been here. So it's not even surprising. He made a big shot, big free throws down the end, and we just got the job done.
What do you expect the guard to be like Monday night?
hectic. I'm sure New York's going crazy right now. We heard New York here, down in San Antonio, so I'm expecting. I don't even know what I'm expecting, honestly. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Yeah, you knew that, them being down 1-0 at home, they were going to come out and give us, their best punch, and they did that. Physicality was unbelievable tonight. Incredibly physical basketball game. That's what they do. They do a really good job of that. They're physical. They play really fast. They make you work. And we knew that, and weathered some of their storms tonight, their runs. Just stayed solid, stayed steady even through a couple bad possessions and stretches where we, would like to have back, and ultimately, came out with a win.
Landry, to have a 14-point lead, surrender it, and then get the W. What does that say about this ball club?
Yeah, just a resilient group. Like I said, can't react, get too high or low, especially in on the road. There's no room for that. So. Like I said, weathered their storms, got up, they played their asses off, and whittled away at that lead, and we found a way to win the game down the stretch.
In a one-point game, your bench outscores them 27-19. How proud are you of that effort?
Yeah, it's important. We need everybody. I've been saying it, top to bottom. Don't know who it's going to be each night, who's going to come in at a certain situation. Deuce comes in late in that game, hits a huge three in the corner. Mitch comes in and gets a big-time stop. We go down the line. It's important, man, and we're going to need more of it.
How much of a skill is staying ready?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a requirement in this league. I think everybody in this locker room has probably been through some version of that. So that's a luxury we have. We got a lot of guys, like I said, I've been saying all week, who are more than capable to step into a number of different situations that we'll be presented with, and that's a luxury for us.
How do you explain how a ball club can win 13 in a row in the playoffs like you guys are doing right now?
We got Game 3 in Madison Square Garden, and that's what we're worried about. All those games are in the past. As far as we're concerned, 0-0. Got to go get one win at home, and then on to the next one.
It's always what's ahead. How about what's happened on this date? 1994, you got Patrick Ewing with the famous dunk against the Pacers. And also on this date, June 5th, 1999, L.J. Allen with the famous four-point play at June 5th. So what happened in 94 and 99? What happened tonight?
That's a special day in Knicks history now, right? With now today's game and these two moments as well. Fantastic. And LJ right in front of Larry Bird. He had to love that. What a shot. And Patrick Ewing, what a moment for him, too. He makes that bucket. He climbs up on the scorer's table, puts his arms out, famous shot. What a moment that was for the Knicks, and what a moment they're having right now with this team.
You got Patrick Ewing and all the old guys watching all this.
How cool was that? Seeing Walt Clyde like this.
That's so awesome.
Just seeing the look in his eye when they got the win, it panned to him, and he had his fists up like this. I mean, just imagine.
All the alumni on the road supporting the team. I mean, the culture that this New York Knicks organization has, I've said it, experiencing it with the Timberwolves, it's not the same. The Timberwolves want to have this, where older, veteran players are coming back and supporting the team in droves. Yeah. And they're dying to go on road games no matter what. That type of culture is big time that the Knicks have going on.
It is. As a guy who wore the jersey, I'll tell you, there's this difference between being a fan and being a guy who wore a jersey and wasn't able to make it to this point.
Yep.
And you recognize, I think, first and foremost, how hard it is to do what this group is doing. Whether you're a New York Knick or something else, there's such a respect. But to have played basketball and to wear this jersey here and to be a part of the once a Knick, always a Knick, to your point, you realize you dream of playing.
It's a great slogan.
And at the highest level and being drafted into the NBA and wearing an NBA jersey. And then there's doing that with the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So you see that LJ
and you played
shot,
with a bunch of teams, and you connected most probably with the Knicks, right? And now?
Not even close.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here with you today having a good time and enjoying this because this is a special run. And it's a special organization. You see those fans in that building when LJ hit that shot and when Patrick got that dunk. I can't wait to see what the fans look like. Game 3 and 4 coming up Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
It's
Monday.
going to be fun.
Game 3 Monday, Game 4 Wednesday. You guys mentioned Clyde loves to show off those rings.
Look at Starks.
Yeah,
dude.
and maybe this group will get its own ring. Stay with us. The colors are orange and blue. Why not? Knicks beat the Spurs, now 2 wins away from an NBA title. Let's listen to Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns.
That play in the second quarter, 4 minutes left, you guys had 4 straight driving kicks, or what Mike calls sprays, I guess. Can you just tell us kind of what you were seeing on that play and how that kind of evolved for you guys?
I mean, we were just read and react, and we were playing off each other. Saw the same thing you did.
Like you said.
Front right.
All right. When Wemby threw the ball off Castle, can you talk about what you saw there and how surprised were you that the ball came loose there?
Yeah, I saw he wasn't looking, so I just tried to go get it. Didn't know if it was going to go out of bounds. I just didn't want, Wemby to come back and get it, and just had to secure the ball, and got fouled, went to the free throw line.
Jared here, front left.
Jalen, what is it, Jared Schwartz, New York Post, what does it say that when they made that run to tie the game that, there was no panic or no nervousness, that, you've been in these situations before and, you just kind of went to work and executed?
We got to do a good job of staying composed in those situations. It's a credit to the character that this team has. Not being able to fold in situations like that is key to winning games like this. It's at this stage of the season, things aren't going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be grinded out. As simple as that. So no matter what the situation is, we're going to have each other's back.
Hey,
Ian here on the left.
Ian Begley, SNY. You mentioned a lot about your teammates having trust in you. You could have trust in your teammates on a night like this. What can you say about how the group stepped up?
That's just who they are. That's who my teammates are. Night in and night out, they come and bring it. There's always going to be things said, regardless of the situation, but I have the utmost trust and faith in them just because of their work ethic and the things that we're able to do every day. Now, when it's behind, when there's no cameras, and when we're in the practice gym, when we're in film, when we're trying to be the best thing we can be, that's when, in those moments, that's when we grow.
Standing on the right, third row.
Kat, Ramon Esteves, Deportes en Línea, Dominican Republic. Before the series start, you should have made a plan how to defend Wemby in your mind after these 2 games. How the plan has come out? Better or the same level you thought?
I mean, it's all about the team success. So for us to be up 2-0, it's a testament to the coaches getting us a great game plan and to my teammates executing the game plan. So it's a team effort, and we found a way to win these 2 games. So it's a shout out to everyone coming together for the greater cause.
Vinny, the second row on the right.
Carl, Vince Goodwill, ESPN. You've been on the other side, a young team trying to figure it out against a more experienced ball club. Is there a part of you that looks at a game like today, the way that it played out, and thinks, like it's our time?
I think I have been on the other side where you're a young team and you're trying to do a lot to win the game, and I think that for us, we keep leaning on experience and we keep leaning on the word execution, and I think we did a good job when we needed to executing, but we didn't do as well as we want to. So when we get back to New York, we'll get back to work, we'll get back to the gym and try to correct the mistakes we made tonight.
Second row on the right.
Joe Masiri, Pix 11. This is for both of you guys. It seemed like there was an extra level of physicality and intensity on their part, trying to even out the series here. Do you think that they can go to another level when it comes to that? Or at this point, do you think you guys we've seen from both teams, essentially, the highest level of play that we're going to see for the series here?
Knowing them, there's definitely another level. We got to be prepared, and we got to be ready to match it. Be ready to play for 48 minutes. And no matter what goes on throughout a game, just having each other's back, regardless of what's going on, who's on the run, who's not, who's up, who's down, just making sure that we're playing together for 48 minutes is really important.
Ian, back right.
Ian O'Connor with The Athletic. Jalen, human nature being what it is, a lot of teams after winning game one here might have settled for a split. What does it say about the essence of your team that you played game two with the urgency and desperation of a team that really was down 1-0 instead of up?
Yeah, every single day, we chip away trying to be the best thing we can be. And I think our mindset was 0-0, not being up 1-0. And even with the series is now, next game has the mindset to be 0-0 again. It's just how it has to be. You can't be comfortable. You can't be satisfied with anything. It's just got to continue to push forward.
Over in this corner, Steve.
Steve Popper from Newsday. Carl, for you, Jalen talked a little bit what your teammates did, and it seemed like you guys almost took turns tonight, guys contributing up and down the roster. But also Mitch on that final play, just kind of what you saw there and what you feel for him, what he's gone through to come up with a play like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that last play was the culmination of the game, just downloading information as the game went along, guarding Wemby throughout the game, and I think at the last possession it was the best defense he's played on him all day, and there was no better time for him to do that. But Mitch is a hell of a defensive player, and you know, you expect him to make the best effort defensively, and it just speaks to his resiliency too. You know, going out here playing with the injury and coming up with the biggest play of the game. It just speaks to, like, again, I always tell y'all, like, how important he is to our team and the impact he has on our team. He's one of a kind. There's, I don't know if there's maybe another Mitch Robinson in the league. I only think there's only Mitchell Robinson. There's only one of them, and we're honored and blessed to have him.
Barbara, second row.
Jalen, Carl just talked a lot about Mitch and, you know, the job he did on Wemby, but can you talk about the job that Carl has done, you know, making him work for every point? I mean, making him work for every point.
Yeah, he's been great. I think he's been pretty phenomenal on both sides of the ball. And so the things he's been able to do throughout this entire playoffs, but obviously here now, has been great, but we need more.
Valencia on the left.
Valencia King with Real Talk Sports. Jalen, after the game, I asked Mike how this group has evolved him as a coach and challenged him. Nothing but positive things to say, obviously. But for you, how has his approach to coaching helped you grow this season?
Yeah, it's his approach has been great when he's not barking like he did the other day. Yeah, I don't know
what that was,
but he challenges us every day to be better than we were the day before. We challenge him somehow, some way, but blessed to have him.
Tina in the back right.
Tina Cervasio, Fox 5 New York, and it's kind of for both of you if you want to answer. Jalen, you've been talking about how nobody folds. Play every game like it's 0-0. Carl, you referred to the experience. Is there any impact from the experience of being eliminated in the conference finals last year that continues to fuel the way you guys are playing through this streak right now?
It was just last year from JB.
I would say a little bit, but I think after that, obviously you come into the new year, it's a new journey, new pieces, something's different, new set of goals and everything. So it's all about growing together as a team and just going through your battles, going through the journey, going through the ups and downs of it, and then making sure that, you know, we're all focused on one thing. And so it may play a part, but I think the best thing we've been able to do is just find a way to get better every single day. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's really important.
Take the last two, Christian and then Dan.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News. Question for both of you guys. We've talked about resilience now
all season long, maybe even last season as well. Just on a personal level for both of you guys, what's your personal source of resilience? Where do you draw on to fight back when things get tough?
Each other?
Yeah, each other. This team leans on each other. I think that's why we've gotten here. That's why we've had the success we had during the regular season, even when things weren't going great. It's because at the end of the day, when things do get tough and the trials and tribulations do present themselves, this team doesn't disband. They don't go away from each other. We lean into each other even more. We trust each other even more to get out of the rut. It's what special teams do. I mean, Jalen knows he has a national championship, and you've seen the camaraderie and unity they had. So I ain't get one. So, but I know the success I did have in my career has always came down to one thing, and it's been the unity of the team. How well does that team really, truly enjoy being in each other's presence? Because the NBA season is a grind, and you're going to be with each other more than you're going to be with your families, your kids. And if you guys don't truly enjoy the grind and the work that needs to be put in together, I don't think success is possible. So it's a testament to these guys. That's where the resiliency comes from, that we don't want to let each other down. We do look at each other as family, as brothers, and we don't ever want to see each other not succeed.
Dan, front row in the center, last question.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports, one for each of you guys. Carl, does this feel like the best version of you that you've seen so far? Just putting it all together on both ends of the floor. And then Jalen, just a couple of tough shooting nights to start the series. How do you feel about the process of getting those shots? Do you like the looks you're getting?
Well, for me, I'm just happy to be finding ways to win. You know, with JB and everybody, just, I don't know, I'll leave that question to you and everyone else. I'm just worried about the team result, which is winning. And for JB, I mean, you call it rough shooting nights. I see him hitting the free throw to give us the game, to give Mitch the chance to get the stop for us to win the game. I seen last game he hit some of the craziest shots I've seen to give us the game. So I don't know if you say a rough shooting night. I see Captain Clutch doing what he's always been doing since I got here. And I see, you know, he's a huge part when it comes down to the game, to winning the game. Number 11 can't be messed with.
So Cat scored 21, Brunson had 20, and Mikal Bridges had 20, 11 in the second quarter. We're going to hear from Mikal Bridges after this. It's orange and blue everywhere you look. Back in the 21 finals, Mikal Bridges and the Suns won the first two games at home, but then lost the next four and lost the series 4-2 to Milwaukee. Here's Bridges at the postgame podium.
So you've been here in the finals, of course, with the Phoenix Suns. And how would you say that experience that got frustrated by you and the Suns is influencing you to play that great in those finals here?
Yeah, I think just being here before, know how it's going to be. Yeah, just a lot of experience, knowing how much effort you need to give every single moment. And, you know, same situation up 2-0. And, you know, I got to be able to talk to these guys and just keep level-headed and keep playing desperate.
Third row, standing on your right.
Hi, Kel. Hi. Simone Wu from AA Sports Connect Hong Kong. You are impacting the game in so many ways. Big third quarter for you, and also a defensive play to end the first half. Do you feel that you're somewhat in like a flow state, or like playing some of your most complete basketball right now?
I mean, it's just go time. You know, it's winning time. It's that season, and I'm trying to go out there and just give it all I got for this team. You know, for my teammates, the coaches. You know, for organization, fans. So, just trying to give it all I got, honestly.
Steve here, second row, on the left.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. Mikal, in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, you were out there with some of the bench guys, and I'm just wondering what Mike wanted from you and that crew, the mission at that point to get to the end of the quarter. You guys actually expanded the lead.
Yeah, I think started just defensively getting stops. You know, I think that's the biggest thing, us getting stops and getting out. And just, you know, him giving me confidence to try to make the right play. and just try to do my best I can, just try to make the right play. And I trust everybody out there on that court. Just try to, do my best.
Dan, right in the front.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. About that sort of confidence, I mean, you're on the ball there in that third quarter stretch. That's something that you were doing a lot earlier in the season, running more pick and roll and one with Mitch. Like, did you feel like something has flipped for you in the last, 5-6 weeks where you're a little bit more aggressive and intentional on the ball like that?
No, I think my coaches, giving me more confidence. I think just, sometimes play calling and, giving me the opportunity to go make a play. So when they, I think I'm pretty capable. And, once I get a confidence for them, it means the world. So just try to go out there and try to make the right play and do whatever it takes to win.
Over here, Ian.
Ian Begley, SNY. Mikhail, obviously you want to win every game in the regular season and play well, but this is the second postseason in a row where it seems like you've taken things to another level. What is it about the playoffs that kind of causes you to lift your game up?
Just that desperation. That desperation of trying to be the last team standing and trying to do whatever it takes to help my team win. And there's nothing, after June, you don't play again until October. So just trying to give all I got and do whatever it takes for this team.
Valencia here on the left on 2.
Valencia King with Real Talk Sports. We hear the word resiliency, and you guys obviously showed that tonight. But can you talk about the mental discipline aspect of resiliency, because it's more than just effort?
Yeah, I think that's what I feel when we were resilient, just how mentally tough we are. Being up in the fourth by a good amount, and then they made a run, take the lead, and staying resilient. That's all about the mental focus. We could all get caught up into the crowd, to them making that run, because they're a really good team, but we just weathered the storm, stayed together, and found a way to win at the end.
Anyone with a final question? Tina in the back left, back right, sorry.
Hey, Mikhail, Tina Servas here from Fox 5 New York. Just with the way that you were shooting the ball, getting those open looks, was there something that the way that you prepared for this Spurs defense, adjustments you guys made today? What was really the key for you in that stretch?
Just my teammates and coaches just finding me. That's really it. The ball is just finding me and, just try to make a right play. Honestly, I think that's really it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bridges with 20 points in series coming back, of course, to New York and MSG Monday night. And you made a great point when we were talking about, even though the Knicks are a veteran team, the challenge of keeping your emotions in check at what is sure to be a madhouse on Monday night.
For how big this game is, the historic implications of this game, talking about what ticket prices are going for, who's going to be in the crowd, like there is a lot going on Monday. And if you're a player, it's a good thing that this locker room is playing in this game, because as a player, you have to just not treat this as one of 82, but try to just go through your routine and not get too high for this one, because everyone else, the crowd, us, everyone who's watching on TV knows the magnitude of this game and what's going to be going on in that building and the anticipation. But as a player, you just got to go out there and do your job and perform at a high level and get the win.
Well, and like you said, it's easy for us to say that and to hope that, but those emotions.
And you played at the Garden.
Well, and not in many circumstances. The closest I got was the Insanity, which was a good time in playoffs.
And the playoffs.
It was roaring, and obviously it is. Like you said, it's historic. It's so many different things, but I think the thing that I feel like we're seeing with this group is they have, now in these last 2 games especially, undoubtedly proven that they are the best team in basketball. Mm-hmm. And now they have the right to come home to the Garden and to prove it again. And I trust this team because they keep resetting their hunger. Yeah. You go, I hope they don't act like human beings and let down a little bit, and they've been so sharp. But they've proven they're the best team, in my opinion. You sweep Philly, you sweep last round against Cleveland, and you're up 2-0, and you took those 2 road games. They've earned the right to come to the Garden and play great. And so to your point, I hope that those emotions can be under control for this team, because it's going to be a special
Because this is as big as a game as you can get in the Garden.
This is the biggest game at Madison Square Garden since the Rangers Game 7 in 1994. I think that's the easiest thing you can say, right? When you think about it, right? Like when you think about magnitude of game and what it means. And this coming week for the Knicks could be a coronation for this team. They have worked from last year when they were knocked out, and that was a bitter loss in the conference in the conference finals. They believe they should have been in the finals. Totally. And they made a pact at the end of that season saying, we're getting back here. And now that they're back at this place, you could see, look at the look on Mikal Bridges' eyes at the end of that interview, where he was so intense. Jalen Brunson walking off the court after game one, the look in his eyes. This team has done a really good job staying in that vacuum, while the rest of us are just going crazy, and this has been a party for the last 43 days. Well, you haven't seen a loss in 43 days in the playoffs.
43 days.
And so for them, they have stayed locked in. And for one more week, not even, for 3 more days, they just have to stay locked in. And then come Friday, you can have a parade for the ages.
Now, the Spurs did win a Game 7 at OKC, but they ain't seen nothing yet. Bring your seatbelts for Monday night.
Get a load of us.
Knicks win it 105-104. All right, so Game 3 of the NBA Finals is Monday night, with the series shifting here in New York. We're on Monday night with our hour-long pregame show at 7:30. Knicks up 2-0, halfway home to their first world championship since 1973. Jalen Brunson came through down the stretch. Clyde loved it. John Starks loved it. The whole team loved it. Wembanyama upset. Knicks win it by 1. Talk to you Monday night, 7:30 pregame show. Want more than just a post-game show? Link your eligible TV subscription to stream Knicks games free, or subscribe today in the Gotham Sports app. Just go to gothamsports.tv to learn more.